Thank you for choosing me and my video. If you clicked on this, probably because you saw the name or it was just the next one to pop up. I don't know, whatever your reason. I'm Rob. Welcome. So this is coming from Lamnia. This is an unboxing, not a first impression, but my first impression of this particular variant. I handled this at Smoky Mountain Knife Works 2 weeks ago and didn't know it existed before then, or didn't realize what it was before then, and just started keeping my eye out. And sure enough, last week Lamnia had this, and I'll tell you how much I paid, and I'll tell you that today is the 28th. I purchased it on the 24th. It shipped on the 24th or 25th, and it came from Finland. I'm in the Washington metropolitan area, so DC, Maryland, in Maryland, outside DC, and from Finland. And I'll tell you that there is companies that are not too far from here, and it takes them longer to get boxes to me. Like, yeah, makes sense. Make sense. The United States Postal Service, FedEx, I don't know. But this is my second time ordering from Lamnia. My first time I got this. This is the Fox Chronos, and I paid about $100 less than any other US seller. So everywhere in the US was $380-ish, $350, $380. And I paid like $230 or something, $250 from Lamnia. And I was like really impressed because I ordered it like a Monday and Tuesday, and it was here like that Friday. And I was really floored, and I didn't realize how far Finland was. I was thinking Finland was Iceland, and I was like, oh wow, that's crazy. It came up like out in the Atlantic, and I'm like, no, that's way out there. That's like by Sweden. Like that's not close at all. So this one is going to be good. This is a Vox. Actually, this is two, and they're both Vox. One is much like another Vox I have. One is something not like anything I have. So again, not quite a first impression on one, but a first impression on the other. We're going to do a lot of comparisons because Vox is my favorite designer, and being able to get two Vox designs at the same time. Let's just say that as a father, the most joy I get is usually buying my kids gifts or seeing them happy. Sometimes, you know, we got to do that for ourselves. And this is one of those times, you know. This is like, the joy of this is what I imagine I give my children on Christmas morning. Because, yeah, definitely super excited to get this. So, oh yeah. Okay, so we have an MKM and we have a Viper. Now, if you don't know Viper or MKM, MKM is Maniago Knife Makers. That is a collaboration of 4 knife makers in Italy. I don't know too much more about it, so I'm not going to get into detail there. But not my first MKM, and not my first Viper. Viper is Vox's company. And if you know Vox, or just for Voxnez, or however you want to say it, depending on your accent or where you're from, that's his own company. And I only have a few, maybe 2 actually. I think I have 2 of the same model of the Vipers, but both Italian. Let's hold off on this one. This is the one this is the Vale in titanium. And I'll tell you, when I was purchasing this, it was $3 and change. It was like $146 something, and it was like, oh, $150, it's free shipping. And I was like, okay, well, whatever. How much is the shipping? And shipping was $27. I was like, oh man, maybe I can find a sticker or something. And then I just happened to be looking down, and I saw this, and this was like $130. I was like, no way. They were like, way. I was like, way. I was like, yep. It's like sometimes you just got to justify it. Okay. So this is the Viper Vale in the black wash and bronze. Ooh, very nice. Oh yeah, let's get right into this. Love it. If you are not familiar with this, this is a liner lock, full titanium with M390, I believe. Oh, no, this one's in Magna Cut. CPM Magna Cut, thumb stud, the Viper Veil, bronzed. That is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Oh, I love it. Yeah. So much like the Kala, it does have these very sharp thumb studs. They are pointy, but there's no lock block. So without a lock bar there, it's not going to tear your thumb off as you put pressure and keep yourself from opening. So because it is a liner lock, it is pointy, it is sharp, but it deploys. And it's a flipper. Beautiful. So let's just, gosh, I want that so bad. Let's talk about this one first. Let's just go ahead and compare this to the Kala. Now, I do have two versions of the Kala. First version I got was the micarta. I caught this on a closeout special from White Mountain for like $75. And I just couldn't pass it up because I was already eyeing the Thai. And then I was able to get the Thai version for like, I think 130, 140, maybe 120. I don't remember, but it was a must have because I am a liner lock fan. I prefer liner locks. You can't beat the beauty of a liner lock. It's clean. So this one does get carried. I do like this one. I carry both. I do carry the micarta more. Yeah. So it is a Tonto. It is Vox. Look at that. So the veil is definitely a little smaller. Get some sizes here. So the veil is almost 8 inches. It's like 7 and just barely over 7 3/4, maybe 7 and 7/8. The veil is about 7 1/4. And again, the Kala 7 7/8. Okay, we're looking at a blade on the veil coming in at just at 3 inches, slightly, ever so slightly at 3, maybe just beyond. And the Kala, if you can see that, about 3 1/4. Yep, there we go. Handle on the Kala, 4 1/2. Handle on the veil at just slightly over 4 1/8. And I am liking it. Got a deep carry pocket clip. I mean, fairly deep carry. Nice place for a pull tab or a lanyard, depending on whatever you want to carry. I prefer pull tabs. It is countersunk screws, so they're nice and flush. And the pocket clip does sit flush in the scale there. This is, well, so it is a liner inside, nested liner on the lock bar, lock side. The liner lock side, it is not on the show side. So the show side is a captive pivot. And we're looking at it, looks like a T8. Yeah. T8 on the pivot. There's a T6 on the hardware. And pocket clip. Yeah, T6, a little roomy. That may be a T7. We can find out. Is it? Yeah, T7. So T7 is snug, T6 is loose, which leads me to believe this is a T8. Yes. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Is it a titanium liner? Yeah. It's hard to tell. This magnet is like way too strong. It's really a little magnet. I cannot find it because I have not looked for it. And it fell somewhere behind my desk, and I have a feeling it probably stuck to the metal on the desk. Who cares? Look at that. Titanium backspacer. That just, yeah, that is nice. Yeah, this is, yeah, I'm happy. I'm very happy. I've been wanting the Vale for a long time, and I may get another because that blue is like, the blue one is like kind of distressed, and it's just so, if I find it on sale, I get it for 100, 120, I'm gonna buy another. I do not mind having two variants of either of these. Like, it does not bother me having two. I know a lot of people cannot have two of the same knife. If it's a good one, I like to have two. Nothing wrong. You know, sometimes you want to carry micarta. Sometimes you want to carry titanium. And when it comes to like Tonto Tuesday or Titanium Thursday, whatever you want to observe, these are great models. Very easy to carry. Nice and slim. Liner lock. Made in Italy. Box design by Viper. Okay, let's get into this bad boy. Anything I'm missing on here? Yeah, I don't know. Nice flat grind, goes up kind of high. Drop point bleed. The forefinger, the choil. Back flippers, light switch, push button. Yeah. Let's get into this. This one. This is what I was checking out at Smoky Mountain Knife Works. So, I just noticed very different bronze. So, the Kala is a kind of a plain tie back pocket clip, and then it's a more bronzy versus brown or goldish even, whatever colors. So. Definitely more depth in the color on the Kala, but nice milling on the Vale. I like this Vale a lot. I do like it a lot. Well done, Vox. Well done. As always. And I say as always because we're going to do some comparisons to all my Vox models here. So stick around if you want to see that comparison, because I might have one or two. This is the MKM Colvera. Now the one I was checking out was a carbon fiber show with a titanium backside. What you get in the package. You do get a, oh yeah, we'll talk about that. Cool, it comes with an extra screw and the tool. Because much like the Mito, or the Spy Mito, this does have the removable flipper, which I am probably going to remove. That is the MKM Colvera. We're talking Bowler M390. We're talking a nice satin. This could be hand satin. It says all go in the same direction. Typically hand satin is away, so I'm guessing this is like a light machine satin. It's hard to tell. I've not seen it printed anywhere. MKM, Maniago, knife makers, focus, there we go, yeah, oh yeah, look at that, not a deep carry, lock bar relief is on the exterior, there is no liners, it is milled inside, Hanno blue with satin. Beautiful. And if you want to know, this was $146. It's like $100 off on Lamnia. So people are talking about tariffs and stuff. I don't know. I haven't seen them. So this does have the removable flipper. Very nice. It does not have a captive pivot, and yeah. So my Kiyomi, I did have a lot of trouble with the pivot loosening up constantly, but I don't think I've ever had a problem with the MKM pivot loosening up on me. But my most used MKM did get lost. So we'll talk about what I have left. Colvera, C-O-L-V-E-R-A, coming in at just over 7 at about, I want to call it 7 1/8 with a handle of just about 4 1/16 and a blade of just under 3. So let's make that math make sense. So I guess if we're going from the far side to the end, we're probably looking more about 4 inches or just slightly over 4 1/16 and a blade just about a 1/16 under 3. So just shy of 3 inches. Edge coming in at just shy of 3 inches. Okay. I do like this. It is very high flat grind with very thin fuller. That fuller is easy to snap out, easy to catch. Probably not so much for the thumb. Yeah, this is going to be more of a reverse flipper if you're going to get one, or the back flipper. Or if you so choose, you can just take that back flipper off completely. It does look like a T6. It does feel like a T6. Get that flipper out of there. I like that the screw is on the bottom, so you don't have to go taking the whole knife apart to get to it. Whereas, I think it was the Kaiser Roach, where it was on the side. Or the Mini Roach or something. Roach, I think it was. But yeah, very nice. I don't know, I think I might like the flipper on there. Definitely clean, definitely like a Nessmuck design. Feels like a Nessmuck. Matter of fact, let's grab a Nessmuck and we'll compare. There we go. It's Concept Nessmuck. So very much Nessmucky, I would say. So yeah, I would call that a Nessmuck. Thank you, Kaiser. Yeah, that is beautiful. Nice ano, nice texture, like a dragon scale design. Very much like the Three Rivers Atom. So if you have a 3 lizard atom, or if you know that kind of lizard scale design, texturing, diamond scale maybe, it's very, very similar to this. Done almost the same, where it's larger to smaller. And it's got more directional lines here. Very nice. A lot of milling on that scale. Nicely done. Definitely a beautiful knife. Definitely one I don't want to mess up. So I don't really carry a lot of my Vox knives. I carry the Katla, and I'm gonna probably carry the Vale a lot. This one, I'll definitely protect it a little more when I carry it, because it is beautiful. So since I got it out, I'll show you the Three Rivers Atom, a liner lock titanium. If you know, you know. USA made in Massachusetts by Three Rivers Manufacturing, TRM. And they're a bigger knife. They do have a lot of smaller ones. I do like that, I think it's a Nerd. Can't remember the one with the hole. And yeah, that one was cool. So the 4-finger, small blade. I will have to get one. A little pricey, but that is made in the USA with pride. This is just, yeah, so thin, so nice. Get a little comparison there. That is, you know what? Let's just get a Benchmade out here. Everybody wants to compare everything to the Benchmade bug out. Aluminum scales, nice and thin. There you go, a little comparison for you. They're all very thin. Well, okay, this is more contoured scales. Definitely a nice rounded contoured scale on this. This is a contoured, but not so contoured, but still very thin. And the bug out. Let's just go ahead and break out some calipers. Let's see what we're talking about. I can't remember what the bug out was. 406. Is that right? 0.411. Hey. 0.454. DRM coming in. 0.4165. And the Vale is 0.544 with the Katla in titanium, 0.441. And I'm going to pause this because that is my work. And then with the beauty of editing, you didn't even know I was gone. Okay, so where were we at? Anyways, okay. We were somewhere because I no longer have calipers. Oh well. Okay. Let's get that out of here. And there are the calipers. Let's put those here. Get back to business here. Get the bug out. To the Vale. And the Colvera. If you're a Vox fan, let me know. Because I'm definitely a Vox fanboy. And I am looking forward to doing reviews of all my Vox knives and getting them on this channel for you to share. Give you some idea. Maybe you might find one you like. Bring the Katla in. I'd like to come back to the Vox models. So we saw the bug out. Let's bring in the Adamus Mini Adamus. There we go. And get that out of there. Bring the Old Faithfuls, but Gale Bradley 2 in liner lock. Probably my most carried Spyderco of all time. Something about it. I was so stoked when they brought this in crew wear. And even more stoked when I got the micarta scales. How about the Hogue Deca? Everybody should have a Hogue Deca by now. I think the craze is over. There was a time. Much like the bug out and others. I'll bring the pair of 3. Colvera is much like the pair of 3 in size. And actually, pretty similar to the Vale. There we go, pair of 3. And we'll bring in a PM2. There's the PM2, much bigger. How about the 80 20.5? Shark's Foot, Shark Lock, Shark's Foot. Because that looks like a shark's foot. If you've never seen a shark's foot, that is what it looks like. That's what Demko told me. And an arcade, very popular model. These are all models I would recommend to have. They're all fun, good carries. Very popular. There's the arcade. Okay. And I think we're going to bring out the CJRB Pyrite. That size range. And we'll do the common carries with, finish it up with the Echo. Okay. Now, time to get into some good things here. Went through sizing and stuff and then go through the weight. So let's get a weight. I think I got sidetracked. The Phone call coming in after hours there. Okay, let's tear that. We have the Vale coming in 4.46. Definitely on a little chunkier side, but good weight. Colvera coming in at 3.97. So they're both in that 4-ounce range, which I'm perfectly fine with when it comes to titanium carry. Now the meat and potatoes. Okay, oh yeah, well, you know what? Since I had it out here before, we'll bring back out the Kronos and get that shadow out of there. Let's get into some box here. Okay, now this is going to be the fun part. The Kronos, MKM Kronos, aluminum and magna cut. This is a great knife. I really need to do a review on it. Wish I'd filmed the unboxing. Unfortunately, I did not. So we're going to start on the smaller side. Let's start with, well, I got one MKM and then we'll get into Vox designs. This is the Maximo. There we go. Not a Vox, but an MKM, and I would recommend it. This one was extremely tight. Took a little bit of love working that lock bar out to not be so tight. And then it became an awesome knife. Okay, we're going to start with the Isanzo. And unfortunately, I lost my serrated hawkbill. But this is the MKM Isanzo in the hawkbill with the straight edge. Or non-serrated. Liner lock, titanium. Awesome. The Isanzo in drop point. The Smoky Mountain Knife Works Blue Arctic exclusive. We have the sheep's foot in red. Again, carbon fiber. Liner locks. Love these knives. These are great knives for the 5th pocket. If you don't have one, highly recommend. I mean, I'm going to highly recommend every one of these knives I'm going to pull out here, because there's not a single one that I can speak less on. Let's start with the Bokers. We're going to start with the Vox 3.5. This is the D2 with micarta. This is a great knife. It's a big one. This is the F2 3.0 or something. The S35N carbon fiber titanium. And I'm very mad I did not buy the little friend when I had the opportunity to buy one for under $100. It was red G10 S35EN. I think it was about the same size as the G10 liner lock. So that is a Boker F2 3 or something. F2 3.5. I'll put it up on the screen if I remember to. Okay. Next, we're going to bring out the Yarrow. Now, I do not have a Soro because I like the Isanzos. I couldn't justify the Soro. I could justify the Yarrow. This is the Smoky Mountain Knife Works in purple fat carbon. This is an awesome knife. And I love that pocket clip. Black titanium, just, yeah, awesome lightweight carry. Highly recommend. There's a Yarrow. We're going to move it up into, don't know where to go next. I'll just move up as I have them in the case here. In no particular order. This is the Fox Chillin, with 1 L. Vox, Fox Chillin. Next, We're going to go into the core in aluminum, drop point. You can get these. I got great deals on all these, and I'm going to talk about them each on their own in their own videos. But again, I do highly recommend every one of these. This is the Tonto, Core Tonto, FRN and 690. Actually bought 2 of these. Got a great deal on Blade HQ and a great deal on a brand new one in the box on the secondary. And the reason I bought 2 was because I gave one to my son, because it's an awesome, awesome carry. If you like a nice chunky hand filling Tonto, like this is just, I do love carrying this knife. This is the Viper Kiyomi. I do not have a Fortis. I will be getting one. CPM 20 CV, even though it just says CPM 20. This is the Viper Kiyomi. Very similar in size to the Colvera. Next, I'm going to bring out the MKM Eclipse. I love this one. That is the titanium, purple titanium with a purple onlay and bolster, which makes it a liner. So it is a titanium bolster, but I don't know if they would classify this as a liner lock. I highly recommend this one. This one's great for like lightweight carry in the shorts and stuff. Love my Vox knives. Definitely my #1 designer, and definitely a fanboy. Just like I'm a fanboy of Spyderco, I am a fanboy of Vox. And we're gonna go maybe smallest to largest up here. This is the Giant Mouse. I'm drawing a blank on this one. I will have to pull it. This is not the Biblio, not the Nimbus. Oh man, this is the, well, I'll find it and put it on the screen. Okay. This is in the MagnaCut or 20 CV. Yeah, so I think doesn't even have any marks on it. It's very clean. Thought it was somewhere on here. What knife is this? There we go. Oh no, that's not even a word. That was just like grease. Yeah, that's how clean it is. Yep, it just says Ace. Yep. Let's bring in the Tribeca in MagnaCut. Liner lock. One thing I do love about the Vox knives is they are most of the time they're liner lock. He knows how to do a liner. This is the Biblio XL. Then the oh, what is that? That's not cool. This is exclusive. Then I'm drawing a blank. Lynch Northwest, exclusive. Ace Biblio in CPM MagnaCut with carbon fiber and titanium liner, and the feather pocket clip. Deep carry with the black stone washed, acid washed blade. Then we have the I think this is River's Edge Cutlery exclusive Ace Grand and Vanitas. Liner lock. Definitely the grande of them. Next, we're going to bring in the... Oh, this is just another Ace Grand. I'm just showing off at this point. This is the elusive Elmax carbon fiber Ace Grand. Yep. The very hard to find one with the titanium backspacer. It's a shame they don't make more. There's so many of like the giant mouse, like what do they call the giant mouse line, the GM line. Oh man, there's some awesome ones I would love to get a hold of. If they ever pop up on the secondary, I'll jump on them very quickly. The Urban EDC Bacero. Not Italian made. I believe it's Riot made, but a beautiful knife. And that one is the acid washed with micarta. This is the F5.5 Urban EDC. I believe it's F5.5. F5.5. This is in MagnaCut and the Shipwrecked. Not Shipwrecked. I think they call it like that. I think it was called the Shipwrecked, but it's a bronze. Yeah, it's got like a little anchor. Absolutely beautiful. Liner lock. Check that out. So clean, so nicely done. Of all the F5.5s, this is the one I waited for. I had a lot of opportunities to buy some micarta. Didn't care for a lot of them till this one dropped. I was like, yep, that's the one I gotta have. And then last but not least, the titanium satin Bacero. The box that really did me in. This one. This was like the perfect Vox model. Like I love the Ace Grand, loved the Ace Grand, and I loved this Isanzo. And I kept thinking, oh, if they would just make a big one like this. And I think he pretty much nailed it. Pretty close. Pretty close. Nailed it with a Bacero. He delivered. I'll put it that way. I have one more Bacero in my son's case. It is the G10 version, but I'm not going to go digging through his knives to pull it out. I will when I do a Bacero video. If I'm even saying that correctly, I will bring it out and compare it with the rest of them. So let's wrap this up. We're going to get one last comparison. As always, we're going to bring out Ida, the Everyday Axe. Let's see how Ida fares. I'm going to guess that they're going to lose in the blade on both. Losing the edge. Yep, she's losing. But we're still maintaining that handle. The handle champion, the Everyday Axe. All right, well, if you made it this far, you're a trooper, and I love you. And if you made it this far, you're probably a Vox fan. So if you are, let me know. Tell me what your favorite model is. I'm always looking for cool Vox models or something new. You never know what it is. So, you know, some knife sites you're able to kind of filter it down. Sometimes I get surprised and I'm walking through Smoky Mountain Knife Works and I find the Colvera and did not know it even existed. I'm happy to find it. I like it a lot. Did like the carbon fiber one a lot. The titanium, I think, just sweetened the deal even more because I like carbon fiber when it's on both sides. It's I don't know, something better about titanium on both sides. So carbon fiber on one side, titanium on the other. Yeah, sometimes. G10, yeah, not so much. Aluminum, carbon fiber, titanium. You can't go wrong. But if you did make it this far, I thank you. And if you want, give me that YouTube loving. I will very much appreciate it. I'm going to spend the next hour trying to figure out how to get this back on, and then eventually get to editing. And you'll see me in the next one.
I made you a logo.
I love it, buddy. But you got to sign it.
MR Knives, Jack.